Hello everyone, today I want to talk about Destiny 2's PvP as of right now, some issues that it has and some changes that could possibly help. Until we start the conversation, keep in mind that I'll be talking about the console PvP. First of all, I'm gonna share with you guys in my opinion what I think makes PvP fun. For me, it's always been about variety, using different builds, trying different setups, and so on, especially in a game like Destiny that has such cool lore and history of weapons. To have a weapon like Thorn and Last Word that are exotics by the way, and to see that we have legendaries that outperform them in a big way, is kinda sad in my opinion. Not to mention that they are supposed to be PvP weapons. They are not built for PvE, while legendaries like Luna's and Not Forgotten are really good in PvE also. Okay, back to variety. So in this current meta, most of the time the sweaty builds, as we like to call them, are shotgun paired with Luna's or Not Forgotten and a Warcliffe or some other heavy you want to use. Some people use Chaperone, which is an awesome weapon by the way, but mostly the exotic slot is used for heavies. Now, I've played thousands of hours of this game. It is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, and I enjoy the gameplay of it in PvP. I've worked hard to get all the PvP weapons, such as Not Forgotten, but we run into this issue over and over of being stuck in a meta for way too long, which then gets boring. And all of this is understandable, because people see that these weapons are so much better than others, so they use them, which is not a surprise to me. However, what makes this worse is that this doesn't only happen in competitive playlists. Guys, sometimes when I want to chill and mess around, I go into quick play, testing out weapons, having a cool time, and man, is it sweaty. Like super sweaty. It's crazy. Like 5 minutes later, I'm switching to my sweaty setup. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go do some PvE. Another thing that supports all of this meta stuff is also the map size. It's different from D1, and in general, it just supports close to mid-range combat than it does long range, for example. And because people can close the gaps so quick between them and the enemy, there is no reason to use long range weapons that much. Well, some maps maybe give you the opportunity, but on most of them, it's possible to get close real quick. And then we have the supers. Someone uses a super and kills you, and that's fine. You're like, yeah, he got me, good job. A few seconds later, you spawn in next to him. He kills you again. Okay, let's try that again, and then there is a chance to get killed one more time with the same super at spawn. I heard a lot of ideas about supers, and some of them were super crazy, but it would be cool to see some changes, not some crazy nerfs though, because then it ruins the PvE fun and we don't want that to happen, because you can do some insane stuff in PvE and it's really fun, so we don't want to change that, but some changes would be nice for PvP. I don't know, I've heard an idea like giving people less supers in PvP. And when you think about it, it would make for more strategic plays, smart plays, and timing supers. Of course, this is just an idea and a thought. Let me know if you have any cool ideas for super changes in the Crucible, would love to hear them. But how do we fix all of this? Well, it's not an easy task honestly. There is only a few options really. One, they nerf weapons like Luna's and Not Forgotten. Someone even suggested taking them out of the game, which I think is too much. 2, they buff other weapons to get them on par with the super powerful weapons at the moment to bring us some other choices. And 3, they change the sandboxes more often so that people don't get bored playing the same stuff for months and months. For me, as I mentioned, the biggest issue is just being stuck in the same meta for way too long. I want more choices of weapons that are effective in countering others, and that's about it. We have so many cool looking and fun weapons that are just in the vault, sitting there for months. I mean exotics guys, come on. And we are stuck on using 2 legendary weapons for months. I don't know, in my opinion it needs some changes. What's the point of having so many exotic weapons that you never touch? Now I realize there will always be one better than the other, but there has to be weapons that are like, maybe this doesn't have the same kill time, but it can be super effective if I get better with it. It's simply sad to see so many exotics just put aside for pretty much the whole lifespan of the game. Now I know the weapons like Last Word can still be fun to use and in some situations effective on console, but if we are being real, we know that it can be outperformed by quite a few legendary weapons. And same with Thorn, for example. I guess all I'm trying to say is I'd love to have more and more options. Anyway, would love to hear your thoughts and ideas for the changes. The more feedback the better, so make sure to let me know in the comments what you think needs to happen. Do you also think that we need the sandbox changes more often for PvP? Do you think that amount of supers you get should be capped in PvP? And so on. I thank you for all the support. I'll be uploading more and more content, and if you're enjoying the channel, a sub and a like is super appreciated. Thank you once again, and as always, have a crazy beautiful day.